time. Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move tossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Bingo bottle, never stop it. To the beast and on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our...
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I am Del Altman, joined by my co-host Greg Luther and Pork Chop Chris Mertens, and special guest today, Bobby Slattery, a.k.a. Optimistic Bobby, owner of 50 West, legendary Bengals fan. What's up, Bobby?
I'm just excited to be here. I can't believe I've gotten this far with my life. I'm here.
Owning a brewery and coming on Bengals and Brews.
Right.
Couple of highlights, right?
I mean, for a kid from Cincinnati who, used to watch the Toast Brothers back in the day, this is it. This is where I wanted to end up. So thank you for having me.
Well, shit, you can die a happy man now.
I'm all good. We just need a Super Bowl. I need a Super Bowl, guys. That's
right.
It. That's the only.
Hey, look, man, I almost got took out the other day without a Super Bowl. So let's go.
Yeah, prayers up to Chop. Had a little emergency, a little heart scare the other day on us, but no heart attack. So fingers crossed. Keep healthy, brother.
Yeah. Hey, believe it or not, man, I survived. Look at me. You're fine. I didn't die.
You just gotta get to February, and then after that, whenever you're ready. That
well,
will be good.
In February,
we'll get a Super Bowl this year, and we'll be good.
I have another birthday in February too, so it might be all good. I'm gonna get one every 4 years. It'll be my 13th birthday.
When's your birthday?
Leap year.
Leap year. Oh, geez.
Yeah. So next year I get one.
Leap year?
That would be a great present from Joe Burrow, right?
The best.
And I know he wants to take care of me. Our buddy Orlando Brown's probably already told him, like, man, Pork Chop's birthday, man, he only gets one every 4 years. Let's give this man something nice. A nice Lombardi.
All right, so Bobby, for anybody who don't know, lifelong Bengals fan, you grew up in Cincinnati, so just your story of being a Bengals fan, and then, how long's it been, and who's been kind of your favorite player throughout your time as a Bengals fan?
Oh, God. Okay. So, yeah, I grew up in Cincinnati. The Bengals went to the Super Bowl when I was in first grade, which got me hooked. And then, we went into the 90s, and I just, I loved it. My favorite player all time, probably Jeff Blake. I felt like that was – you got it. Yeah. I felt like being a kid when we were growing up. There was like the hopeless years where just nothing was happening, and then Blake came around, and all of a sudden it was like, oh man, like we got a shot. We're gonna go 8-8 or whatever. So, been going to games since I was a kid. We used to sit up in the red section up at Riverfront back in the day. When you're, I was probably call it 10, but there was nothing better than watching guys. I would go there and just hear things that I was not allowed to say, and I think that. I know we're good with anything on this show, but I tend to try to keep it relatively clean. But yeah, they used to call Kajana Carter, not Kajana, but the closest female part you can imagine. And you guys get it. So now, my kids, I got little kids now I got them on being Bengals fans. And it's one of the best parts of Cincinnati. The fact that we live in this amazing city that we live in, and you can get in and out and go to NFL football. For me, I just feel like that's one of the greatest privileges in this town that we have.
Cincinnati's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. Well, we got our local shit, man, like UDF, Grippo Chips, La Rosa's Pizza, and 50 West Beer.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, yes. We got a good thing. So I was, you guys, you talked about this a little bit last week, but from a pizza standpoint, are you guys La Rosa's guys?
Oh yeah, yes. I am.
I'm La Rosa's.
I live in Portsmouth, so these guys are always I'm 2 hours away from.
It's exotic.
You don't get it. Okay, have you had?
It's not the same for me. Yeah, I've had it. I'm just like, it's pizza.
La Rosa's. There's one of those off of. There's one off 32. pretty far out there.
32 is like fucking an hour drive for Dale.
everything's 2 hours.
And you'll probably hit a deer.
Now, you guys have a location in Chillicothe. I haven't been to it yet, but I thought about stopping a couple weeks ago when I was up. That's 45 minutes away. Chillicothe is one of the places that is not 2 hours. It's a little closer.
I gotcha. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like an hour and 45 minutes.
My brother-in-law is from he's from Des Moines, Iowa originally, but people from outside Cincinnati think that La Rosa's pizzas taste like hot garbage. Since I was a kid, I was taught that was about the greatest thing you could possibly eat, and so I've grown up on it and loved it.
Optimistic Bobby, hot take. People not from Cincinnati think La Rosa's garbage can fuck off.
Agreed. Great.
All right, so you got the nickname Optimistic Bobby. You've always been pretty optimistic when it comes to the Bengals. We opened up as 6-point underdogs against the 49ers for this coming week. So give the people a reason that we should be optimistic coming off the bye here and why we shouldn't be 6-point underdogs.
Joe Burrow. We have Joe Burrow. That's it. That's all you have to say now, right? We have a pissed off Joe Burrow. Do we know if he's wearing the cleats?
I don't know, but he better. We that's what we told Zeus. That he's got to make sure he's wearing his pandas. He's been wearing them in practice. He's worn the last couple games. I don't know why he'd mess that up.
See that guy, Bobby?
I know. I told so I've got a 11-year-old son who became a Bengals fan probably in the last 3 years. And when we drafted Joe Burrow, I told him, buddy, just you watch what happens. You believe in this guy and anything's possible. And then Joe Burrow actually came through for me. And so since then, I don't think you can go into any game with that guy as your quarterback and not feel like you've got a fighting chance. This San Francisco team's good. And there's a lot of it's in San Francisco. There's a lot of things that can make you nervous, but the Browns pulled it off against them. They don't have Joe Burrow. And I think that we've got they're playing with a chip on their shoulder, and let's see what they can do.
Bobby, remember how people in the draft saying, "Oh, Joe Burrow shouldn't go to Cincinnati." Deep down inside, all those teams were just jealous. We got Joe Burrow. That's what it was. All those teams wanted Joe Burrow so badly, saying, "Oh, why would he go to the Bengals? Why would he go to the Bengals?" And all that. Deep down inside, all those teams were so jealous. We were getting the chosen one.
People love knocking Cincinnati. That was a national narrative for a long time.
Yeah.
And now you can't say it anymore. I mean, I think that first off, it's interesting to watch how many of these professional athletes that play here come back here afterwards. I think there's something special about this city. I think you guys all know that are here. It's a great place to be. It's easy. And so I think that you're seeing players want to come be here and play here. And the Bengals have taken a lot of steps as an organization, to try to get past that narrative. And as long as we keep winning football games, I think we're going to be all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now Joe Burrow is like an all-time favorite draft pick. I mean, that just getting him that Dolphins game, I remember that season made me so nervous because I'm like, man, we got to get Joe Burrow. And we almost won that. It's one of the times that I had to root against my team and I hated it. But at the same point in time, I knew what was going to happen if we got that guy. So how about
they played it perfect. They did it as close as they could have, and without winning it. So that was yeah.
And then this year, maybe did you have a favorite draft pick or early in the season that you've seen from this draft class that you really liked, either during the draft or up till now?
I mean, that's a tough one. You gotta love Myles Murphy on the first round. I think we'll see what comes of it. But I don't know. This is a hard time because we've got such a solid team. There were years before where it was like, oh God, I can't wait to get this new guy, and you're excited about it. And now you kind of look at the team that's there, and you're like, all right, how do we keep these guys together? Let's see how they grow and see what they can build on. So I'm excited to watch them. It's been fun. I knew when they were 0-2, I'm like, this team's coming back. Like, this is not going to be. It's not the type of team that's just fall off. So it's fun that they battled their way back. This game against San Francisco is a big game though, and then we got Buffalo after that. So great time to be a Bengals fan, and just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, Orlando Brown had a lot of good shit to say about Myles Murphy too when he was on with us.
Yeah. I mean, he was talking about his speed. It sounded like what I was gathering was like he's a little raw, right? Like he's fast.
Yeah.
Got all the pieces, and he's just gonna build on it. So
Sounds like something I know some guy's been saying.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of the knock on him coming out. But he's 21 years old. That's what I mean. You've got just a ball of clay to work with. Mary Nobby's a great D-line coach. So I've got a lot of faith in the progress that guy's going to. And he's learning from some great guys that he's playing behind. So he's in a great situation. And it's always the more pass rushers, the better. In my opinion, you can never have too many of those guys. Somebody said DJ Turner. See, that's what I think. Pork Chop was really hoping you'd go there. That was his guy from the draft, and then
that's my guy.
Greg's obsessed with Yosebosh, so he lost his mind during that touchdown.
I mean, we're gonna see. Hey, have you any of you guys ever had? You ever hurt your ribs before?
God, yes.
No,
dude, not to that extent.
I had mine. I bruised mine, but that is not an easy. It's going to be a little bit, and I think Yoshi's going to be filling in for T. I mean, I hate to say it, T's a great player, but
yeah,
I think we're going to be seeing some stuff here over the next few games.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, but then T played last game.
I know, but he's not.
I thought he was going to be like a distraction and they're like take away, but they actually threw him the ball and he got tackled.
Here's the thing: I think that you can play with it. It's just I don't know if you can play confidently with your ribs messed up.
I agree.
I think that's you've seen him fight for those. He's fighting for those one-on-one balls, and he hasn't been winning them. And I think it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be a few weeks. It might be 5-6 weeks until he's back to himself. And the good news is I think we've got some other guys in that wide receiver room that they're not T. They're not going to go up there and win these one-on-one balls that are tossed up. But I think that they can win and Tretner wins in sort of a different way, and I think Yoshi's going to be fun to watch and see.
I was going to say maybe we're going to be out of T, but we got a TI and a TB.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I'll tell you what. I mean, you look at the defensive line, like with Miles Murphy, like in the past with Mike Zimmer's defense, we had a good defensive line because we had guys that could rotate back and forth. Trader Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, two great defensive ends, but there were a lot of times I was just scared they were out there so long they were going to get wiped out. Now, you got Cam Sample that came in and played well. You have Miles Murphy, and Joseph Osai. I mean, talk about guys that can rotate back and forth like that. That is just so awesome to have.
Yeah. I mean, this team's built well. That's Duke Tobin. That guy's a smart guy. He came down to our place. It was right when he brought Zach Taylor in. And I remember meeting Zach Taylor. I think we were one of the first interviews he did. They came down to 50 West, and he did a little thing. He was one of the coolest guys.
Oh yeah.
He just had such a positive energy about him, and I remember him walking in the door, and that combination of him and Duke. I mean, we're in good hands. This is a good organization. You know how it works when something goes bad. Twitter likes to want to blow everything up, but I think we're relax and. No, we're in good hands for a little bit. We're lucky to be Bengals fans, and I think we got good years ahead.
Bobby, I was at that event. I mean, Zach Taylor, I'm just sitting down waiting for Zach Taylor. I'm like, he's probably just going to go to the podium, do question and answer, just leave. He comes in, immediately shakes my hand, says, "Hi, what's your name?" I'm like, what? I mean, like, just so well presentable. You can tell this guy is so happy. You can just tell he wanted to turn this team around. He was so happy to be here. I mean, ever since then, I was rooting for him 100% after he came to 50 West that time.
I'm going to tell you, and I've never told anybody this before, but he did something at that event it was really neat. So it's his first time being a head coach, coming out in public. Okay, he's at a brewery, so these guys are very conscious of how they're perceived. He's making millions of dollars being a coach, and one of the things that was so neat is I asked him. I said, and we asked this to every guest, "Hey, do you want a beer or whatever?" And he said, "You know what?" He goes, I'd like one, but he goes, "Would you mind putting in a coffee mug for me?" Because he didn't want to look like he was out there drinking a beer as the new head coach, but he wanted to be appropriate of like, "Hey, this is your space, and I appreciate you being out here." And it's not like he was sitting there drinking 20 of them. He might only had 2 sips of it, but it was sort of like, it was just like a nice, respectful thing to do in a very creative way. And I remember sitting there thinking like, this guy's pretty neat. Like the first thing I thought of was it was the first head coach we've ever had that was younger than me. I'd never had that before. It was kind of weird. I was like, wait a second, I could have been playing like Madden against this guy at some point in time. But when he did that, I remember thinking like, that's a really classy move. It was a way for him to say, "Hey, I understand that you make a product, and I want to at least partake in it or whatever. But at the same time, I'm an NFL coach, and I'm not going to sit here with a glass of beer in front of me and answer questions. So would you mind putting a little bit in a coffee mug for me and just, it kind of covered all things. And I always thought that was really cool.
You remember what kind of beer it was?
It was American lager. I remember it like really well. He goes, I just want something light, easy. I think in his mind, he was like, look, I'm not here to get drunk. I don't even need an edge off. I just want to try something. I want to, it's like going over to somebody's house and they cook you a meal. I don't like onions, but if I go over to, somebody's house I respect and they put onions in the food, I'll choke it down.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. And is that what you had, Gray? He said he never told anyone that story. How'd you know that? You got that American lager there in front of you.
Yeah, I got it right here.
There you
That's
go.
a long time staple.
Greg and Zach Taylor, man, love that American lager.
Yeah,
I was wearing my John Ross jersey there that time. But like I say, Zach Taylor, I mean, you talk about the guy that presented himself so well and all that. I just couldn't be more happy for him. How about, when he goes around from place to place giving a game ball? I mean, who does that?
He's the best. He's the best.
That's just amazing.
Did you guys ever see on one of the coolest things was on Columbia Parkway, Route 50, that we're named after? If you got down, I'm trying to think, you kind of get through past the precinct a little bit, and on the right, somebody went and made a handmade, they just took a towel and said, thanks, Coach Taylor, for everything that you do for us. And they stuck it on the side of the road. And that was his route. He lives up there, Hyde Park Mountain Lookout, and they had it. And I just thought it was such a nice statement from the city, because going into that season, I said this to Denner. I was on Denner's show when going into the Burrow's second season, and everybody wanted to cut Zach's head off and tell him he was a bad coach. I was rooting for that guy so bad. I was just like, look, this guy's about my age. He's got 3 kids. He couldn't have been a nicer guy when he came through. And I thought it was so neat that somebody took the time to go make one of these things in their front yard and thank him on his way to work. Because can you imagine being a head coach during a bad season and having to deal with, explain that to your family, explain that to your wife. I mean, his wife's the daughter of a coach, so she gets it. But to explain that to your kids and all that other stuff, I just thought it was so cool that he got to celebrate that. And then the way that he gave back to the community, handing out game balls. We've never gotten one down at 50 West. We're still hoping we get one sometime. But it's been neat to see him hand those out throughout, and just he gets it. We're lucky to have him. He seems like a Cincinnati guy, and it's a good match.
Now, speaking of events and stuff you guys have today, the Cincy hat, Ted carries them. The hat release at 16 Lots in Newport. Is that something you guys would ever potentially do? Because I know Ted and Matt from Cincy Hat, they do a lot of those events and a lot of the signings and, different hat releases. Is that something you guys would ever consider partnering with and having something potentially?
Yeah, our 50 West relationship with the Bengals, it's an interesting one. It's 16 Lots. So Dell, who's over there, I don't know, you guys met Sergeant Dell before. Dell was over with us for a long time. And I think from our standpoint, me personally, I'm a huge Bengals fan. Like that's Bobby. That's Bobby Slattery. I grew up in the community. It's what it is. As far as Bengals programming, we like doing things wherever we can here and there. Like we've had some podcasts come down and things along those lines. We probably don't do as much as we could, but yeah, if people are interested in trying to put some stuff together, and it's a good place to gather people. One of the hard parts for us right now is, our space is so awesome in the summer, but once football season happens, it gets tough, right? Like people don't necessarily want to sit outside and watch a game, unless it gets to be 60, 70 degrees out. So we kind of struggle with that. I started back in the day. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Chicago to watch a Bengals game. Probably not. But no. We started the Bengals bar in Chicago at Kendall's way back in the day. And if you ever want to go have a good time, man, that place on Sundays is off the hook. I mean, it's like being in Paul Brown Stadium. And so I did that in Chicago. The group of us helped organize that. But where we are at 50 West right now, it just doesn't make sense kind of how with the setup that we have. So, we might look at doing stuff like that, but really it's like it's more my personal thing. I spend my Sundays down at Paul Brown. For anybody that's out there, you guys all tailgate. Where are you guys? Lot 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lot 1.
So I'm over in Lot B. I've got a really family-friendly tailgate, sort of targeted towards like little kid. People come with their kids all the time, but we cook off our cheeseburgers from 50 West down there and hand out beer. And it's not something that we'd never posted on our Instagram or on our social media. But I always spread the message of like, hey, if you're looking for a good time and want to swing by, we probably, if it's free cheeseburgers, free beer, and all we ask is you just come have a nice time in a family-friendly environment and, be positive. Don't bring any negative energy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we don't, and we never really had a big thing kind of close to Bengal Bomb Squad when we parked there, but I don't know. I'm kind of the person where I'm like, I don't have to be right in the middle of these bigger crowds. I'm just tailgating, just hanging out with few people is fine with me. So ours is more smaller, but we've been, doing that this year, kind of just like, we'll have a little thing where we're cooking. And then obviously, thanks to you guys at 50 West, we've had some beer to be able to hand out to people. And, people enjoyed that and loved that. So it's been a good time, man. So, if we're ever that way, we'll swing by. If you're ever able to swing by in lot 1, you have to come and say hi to us as well.
Yeah. Hey, stop by sometime, Bobby. We got free beer.
I maybe if I can get off the grill. Normally, I'm just grilling burgers over on our side. And it's good though. It's nice to be able to give back to the community, and also it's kind of neat because all the people that come by our tailgate, it's not my best friends. I have some good friends that come down, but a lot of them it's just people I've met in different walks of life that are like, hey,
I just met these fuckers a year ago.
Yeah,
not even a year ago, probably right about a year. That's where you make the best friendships, man. It's at a tailgate.
I know. And that's really what tailgating is about I think what's neat is actually seeing the away fans come in and their appreciation when they walk in, they really like that they can come in an environment and it's just neat. It gives them a sense for the city. I kind of look at it as it's our opportunity to showcase the great city that we have and show people, we may not agree on how we want the outcome of the game to come out, but it's nice to just have that camaraderie.
Yes.
The one cool thing, the Bengals are the top 10, and we're actually one of the top 10 friendliest cities for away fans to come to. And that is such an honor for me personally. Like, the fact that how we're so good with away fans. I mean, look, there's a jerk in every fan base. I mean, that's just it. But the fact that we were in the top 10 of friendliest fan bases to away fans, that means a lot, in my opinion.
Who's the jerk in our fan base, Greg? Pick one. Go.
Chop, you're with me live now, Chop, so I can't say your name, buddy.
Now we did some kind of early season awards since our bye week landed after week 6. Do you have an MVP? Could be offensive, defensive, whatever. MVP so far through the first 6 weeks of the season for us.
No, I mean you guys were talking about. Well, it would be Lou, the freaking defensive coordinator. I don't know. I mean, you threw Jamar Chase out there. Obviously, he's having a good year, but I think this defense has just sort of held it together. Dax has played great. I mean, I think it's nice to not be watching. I think that was the fear, right? It's like we'd be watching these safeties out of position all the time and people throwing over their heads or whatever. So I think it's been good to see the defense play as well as it has. But if you ever look back at those playoff games, the defense really won us a lot of those games.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
The hope is like keep that defense together. This offense will start humming. The other thing is it's all timing in the NFL, right? Like you don't want to be the best team the weeks 1 through 4. You want to be the best team, 13 through 17 heading into the playoffs. And so you've seen it before with Burrow and them. Like once they get on a roll, then it's just like I remember watching that game or being at that game in Buffalo, the one we didn't play where Hamlin went down, and you were just like you could tell the energy in that same like we're gonna smoke these guys. Like this team is machine,
right?
And then sure enough, we went into Buffalo and just annihilate them in the playoffs. So I'm excited to see where that nets out here soon. This game coming up against 49ers is a tough one though, because they play good defense. They play the kind of football that we struggle with, right? It's kind of like that Browns football where it's control the ball, don't give us, don't put the ball in Burrow's hands that much, try to limit that stuff. So I hope we can sneak through here. And then I think that game against Buffalo is going to be fun. I think that's going to be like, let the offense just unleash and watch it do its thing.
Right. That 49ers game, that's our get back game. That's our get back to where we should have been at the beginning of the year game and put some respect back on our name.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I hope they come out and win. If we don't win it, it's not that I tell Twitter, it's not the end of the world. 49ers are a good football team.
Yeah, but we're going to win it. We're optimistic here today, right?
I think they will. But the key in the season is you got to kind of flow with it and understand that they're going to hit their rhythm. This team's going to be in the playoffs, and I don't think there's if you put all the teams in the NFL, Bengals are not a team you want to play in the playoffs, right?
Nope.
I don't care where we're going.
Hey, Bobby, answer me this. How much do you think the Browns were paying off the refs yesterday?
Oh, God.
That was
a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely an interesting one watching the penalties there. But you know what? It happens, and let's see where the season goes. I try not to get too upset over refs. I got an 11-year-old at home who loves to every time we finish a game, it's always the ref's fault. And I'm always like, hey, what are you gonna do? You go back and change it? Like that?
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the year, the teams that are going to be in the playoffs deserve to be in the playoffs, and the teams that don't make it to the playoffs, they don't deserve to be there. So the Browns might have got an extra lucky win there, but I think it'll figure itself out over the course. Did they say with Deshaun? Did they say how long he's out?
I haven't heard anything.
I think it's game by game, but who knows?
They sounded like they were just being more precautionary yesterday.
Right. They want to hold out their franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not been good.
No, I know he hasn't been, but they, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. So
they're so screwed because of that guaranteed money. But I was talking to somebody at work about this last night that they'd be better off just like if they could like not win any more games and pick a quarterback in the top 10 and then just let Deshaun Watson be the backup. Because I mean, you're stuck with him, right?
They can't do it. They got too much money into him. They're all in on him.
I mean, what are you going to do though? You want to win, so put his ass on the bench and pull in some. You got to get a rookie though, so you got somebody on a rookie contract with rookie money.
Yeah, they can't do that though because the money is gone. That's
what I'm saying. Like, what are you going to do? He's already there, and he sucks.
They're just stuck with him for a
while.
while.
No, they're stuck.
Thank God, Bobby, that we weren't fucking born in Cleveland. Jesus Christ.
My family's from Cleveland, and I watch them suffer.
I'm sorry for them. Tell them that I'm praying for them.
It's they're dedicated, loyal people, and
yes.
They
sold their fucking team.
I know.
You know what? Another one.
And that's I defend. Mike Brown was the target of a lot of adversity for a long time, but one thing he didn't do was move that team, and he could have. Right? Like he had that opportunity and say what you want, but he chose to keep that team in Cincinnati, and for that I'll always be thankful because I think I think our city without the Bengals, man, talk about taking a fun part. I don't know about you guys, but this whole new playoff thing is fantastic. You basically the months of typically the worst time to be in Cincinnati is January, February, right? The weather's bad. Not that much to look forward to, but you throw playoff football in there, and all of a sudden it's like it's spring break before you know it. It's like, oh my God, it's spring break, and the draft's here, and so we're really lucky to have that and to have that amenity. And I think in my lifetime, I don't think it's going to be going anywhere, and it really it's a big part of my life, and I'm appreciative that it's here.
100%. Bobby, you were talking about how Cincinnati's a great city. So we've had Corey Dillon on a couple of times, and he talked about, obviously he was here, not in so great times here in the 90s, but he talked about how much he loved the city. He said he still loved the fans. I mean, a lot of players in the past said, look, the city was great. I mean, like Deion Sanders even wanted to play for the Bengals and be in Cincinnati and all that. So, yeah, like you said, Cincinnati is a great city to live in. Like there was never anything bad about the city when the players were here, they said.
I think it was probably just like if you look at it, Mike Brown's dad was probably, Paul Brown was obviously a brilliant man. Right. And my guess is like, he taught them sort of a certain way that he was raised with. And I think that watching the daughters, I think they grew up in a scenario where they probably were like, hey, we think we can make this fun again. Right. Like this is and I think that that's what we're seeing now. And it's awesome. It's like, hey, they probably raised in a little bit of a different environment, and now they're getting a say. And man, I think, or it's the granddaughters, but they've been. I think the things just the small stuff they're doing around the stadium, the way they're appreciating fans, more so than before. They get it, they understand it, and it just makes it so much fun.
And they sit in the 300 section. They sit in the upper deck and watch the games.
They're great. I know.
Yeah.
Well, they get it. They know
Yeah.
what the city needs. They
Exactly.
need a boost of confidence, and they're doing the little things, decorating little parts of the stadium inside and things like that. And yeah, I think we're in. It's a great time to be a Bengals fan. I'm happy for my 11-year-old. When I was 11, I was dealing with,
Yes.
Klingler and all of the frustration. I go back. We had to write in. You guys probably had to do this in school. You had to write in your journal on Monday. Every day we go into like language arts and write in our journal. I found my old journals, and it's just like me going on and on about, what the Brown family could do, what we could potentially do different, how we could maybe, if we, if we're 0-6 right now, but if we win the last, what would it be? If we win the last 10 games, we got a shot at the playoffs. Like, it's pretty funny to read those.
Those journals is what shaped you into the optimist that you are today.
Right. 100%. It was great. Well, you see, there were some amazing football games, and when you stick things out, there's some of my favorite football games I ever remember were like there was one versus the Eagles. I don't remember what year this was. I don't know how close you guys go back, but it was the one where they had two amazing comebacks. One of them was where we kicked off. It was the last game of the season. We were playing for nothing. They kicked off, and it was either the Eagles or the Vikings. And we recovered the ball, and then Pelfrey kicked like a 53-yard field goal in the freezing cold. Do you guys remember this? You can look it up. Nobody's watching this game, but I used to drag my dad. I'd be like, Dad, we got to go. We're go to all the games. And that's some of my favorite memories of a Bengals fan is sitting in those stadiums with not a lot of people, but the not a lot of people that were there, they were so loud. It was like those were the people that were always yelling, and you just watched it. And I don't know. I would always think like someday when they're good, I'm going to remember this. So,
Yeah, I'm with a stranger. When I was 11, Ken Anderson was the quarterback.
When I was 11, it was Neil O'Donnell for that one season.
Yes.
That's where I started getting in. But like I say, like with Elizabeth Blackburn, I mean, I got to meet her a couple of times at a couple of events. She's the exact same person as you see on camera, just like so passionate. I mean, she gets it. She's like, look, I see what you guys see. I mean, she reached out. I mean, for them to reach out for the fans that way, that just tell you how much they care. This is just a priceless thing to have. Like with Rule of the Jungle, Ring of Honor, all this stuff, and getting the practice facility. Now Pat McAfee can't make jokes about us anymore. I mean,
he makes jokes about the road they got to cross to get to it.
but like I say, I mean, with what they've done the last couple of years is just truly amazing. Just so awesome.
Yeah, sure. They're that family. They're real good people. They
yes.
My son is friends with one of the Brown kids, and Paul. He spent the night at our house the other night, and Paul came over and had a Bengals flag outside the house, and I don't know him that well, but he came walking in, and he saw the flag, and he walks in, and he goes, he just starts screaming. He's going, "Hootie!" He goes, "I love it, man. I love it." And I'm like, God, I wish that they'd write about this side of you guys, because there's a lot of good in that family. But yeah, I told my wife, I was like, good thing we had that flag up. I was like, I couldn't have been more excited about this. He was losing his mind.
Worked out perfect. Now, before I get you out of here, I put Corey Dillon on the spot with this one. Bengals Mount Rushmore. Who is your Bengals Mount Rushmore?
Uh-oh.
My four. Okay, so my four. Who'd Corey say? What'd Corey say?
He had a tough time with the fourth one, really. But, I mean, he started with Munoz, and then he went with Ken Anderson and Ken Riley. He said Boomer, but then he's kind of like, we need more. We need like Willie and me and Chad need to be in there.
He ended up with about 15.
So I got to think about this one, and mine's gonna be weird because I'm not. I grew up in a lot, like I had that lost decade, so for me it's a little different. I'm not gonna name anybody current, okay? Because I feel like if I'm naming current players, I need to know the whole body of work, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put. I told you I'm gonna put Jeff Blake on there. I'm going to put Carl Pickens on there. Ooh. Not the night guy, but Carl Pickens was that guy was he was awesome. He was in a time when we had nobody, that guy was incredible.
All right.
I'm going to put Chad on there. I love Chad. I think what Chad did for the city, the time when we needed that confidence. And then I'm going to put Big Willie in there too, because he just was probably one of the guys that doesn't get all the he didn't score touchdowns, but he was with us for a long time, a Bengal through and through. I know he had a season with the Ravens or whatever, but I think that would be the ones that were the most impactful for me in my weird upbringing as a Bengals fan.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think everybody can have their Mount Rushmore how they want to have it.
Exactly.
No rules to it, and I like it, man. It's something different, so that's a good answer. Now, tell us about some stuff coming up with 50 West. You guys, what do you got going on? You said it's kind of, summer's really, really busy time, but you're busy year-round.
Yeah. So one of the coolest things we have coming up, and we do this every year. This is great. So our buddies up at Great Lakes, this is probably, and I'm going to butcher it, we're probably like year 10 on this, but about 10 years ago, the Bengals were playing the Browns, and our friends that brew up at Great Lakes were like, hey, why don't we come down and do a collaboration beer, and then we'll have a party at your place, and then we'll all go to the football game the next day. And so we've kept that tradition going for 10 years. It's called the Brewing Queue. So it's coming up on November 8th. So they come down, our guys do barbecue, their guys do barbecue. It's a huge all-you-can-eat barbecue buffet, and then we brew a beer together every year. That got released called Interstate Tailgate. So
that was really good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so that's a collaboration between the two of us. And then they'll bring down a bunch of their special beer, and then we break out all our specialty beer. So it's like this. It's just like this love fest that started with Bengals Browns, and was like, hey, why don't we do this? Because of the schedule, it's too hard for us to do it on Bengals Browns game every year because it might fall in September or it might fall in January. We don't know where that's going to be. So we always do it in November, but that's coming up November 8th. We're excited about that. And then we got pumpkin runs and new beers coming out all over the place. So, but yeah,
and Greg can't shut up about that fry sauce.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me, dude, it is awesome. Tell me about it.
We need a fry sauce beer according to Greg.
Oh, I know about that.
You know what? There's people that would say that. Yes, they're so I think, we might have some special stuff coming up with the fry sauce for the holidays that
awesome.
Hasn't been talked about yet, but I'll just hint at you may be able to take some home with you coming out of 50 West, but you haven't been able to do before. So it's we got a good thing going. Then we're building another facility up in the Fields Erdel area. So that's going to be opening up in June. So we're excited about that. And a lot of that's just figuring out, we've been in business for we opened in 2011. So going on 12 years. And our people just need room to grow, new opportunities. And so for us, we've got this new facility opening up that's going to create some more opportunities for our people. And then also for people in Cincinnati that live in the northern area, give them an opportunity to be able to come down and check out what we're doing.
That's awesome.
Bobby, I live in Madeira and all that, so it's not too far from the Marymount location. I've gone there the last couple of years. My family's loved it. Every time we got burgers, 50 West. My personal favorite's the West Virginia, but there's so many good to choose from. You guys just do an incredible job. Every time I go there, it's always crowded as heck and all that. It's just so cool to go down there.
Greg, thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm a Madeira. My first job was at that Madeira Kroger. I rode my bike down there, and I was the bag boy. I think I might still have the record for the most times cleaning the bathroom consecutively. I thought it was like a badge of honor at the time. I think they tricked me.
For the record, I never used that bathroom when I went to Kroger's. For the record,
beautiful.
It was not me. I swear.
And then Coffee Please was my second job. I was
cool.
So Lisa, who's over there, so know Madeira well, and it was that's where I learned ultimately to work in the industry that I work in. So
that's all good.
Well, Bobby, we appreciate your time, man. It's awesome. Keep doing great things, and we'll have to have you back on in the future, maybe after we get our Super Bowl win this year.
Right.
Absolutely. Hey, and if you guys ever are thinking about, I don't know if you have the technology to do this, but a live podcast from our tailgate down at the stadium, if you ever thought about doing something like that, we've talked about that, down at the stadium, trying to figure out a way to get a little bit more interactive. So I don't know if the technology is there, but
yeah, we tried to do some stuff last year, like around the tailgates and stuff, and try to go live. We had a buddy that lives up by the Cleveland area, so he was running home base from here. We just couldn't hardly go live because there's so many people down there. It's so hard to get a good connection on game day.
I know.
That's been our toughest problem trying to do that. But I'm all for if we could record some content, or you'd want to do that sometime. Maybe not go full blown live because it's just hard to get that connection.
I gotcha. Well, keep doing all the great things you're doing, spreading good messages for the Bengals. It's a fun time to be a Bengals fan. And yeah, who day, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Who day?
Thank you so much, Bobby.
All right, we'll see you guys.
See ya. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
That's a good guy, man.
Bobby Slattery, 50 West owner. They've got beers in multiple states. They've got multiple locations, as you heard them there talking. I've got to try it out. Like I said, I wanted to stop at the one in Chillicothe when I was up that way, but that was Chillicothe after we stayed all night and went shopping, and nobody was wanting to do.
Dude, their fry sauce, dude. If I get the fry sauce, I should have told Bobby this. I will drink a whole jar of fry sauce live show if that's available. But I swear to God, that was not me in the bathroom. I did use the bathroom one time. That was way after he probably worked there. But
okay, great.
Right.
You don't have to explain this. That's all. Yeah, that whole thing.
Anybody that watches the show, Greg,
he used to clean.
They already know it's Santori that did that.
But yeah,
he's fucked up every bathroom in the tri-state area.
But seriously, Bobby, that was so cool. He was on. Just such a cool dude. Bobby is.
Yeah. But 50 West killing it. If you haven't tried it, like I said, I'm not the biggest IPA guy, but man, you give me a good Pilsner, I'm all over it. That's always my go-to at the brewery down here too. But
yeah.
So I really like that. If you haven't tried that tailgate, which is that collaboration they have with the guys from Great Lakes Brewery, which is also a very well-known brewing company. So that's a Cleveland base, but they do that collaboration, that tailgate, and it's a Pilsner. It was on point. And it'll be a limited time. So if you're going to get some, you see it out, get some now because they won't have it forever. So constantly changing their beers up, having different beers. Obviously, go-to, though, is that American lager that Greg is sipping on. Also, Zach Taylor's favorite beer.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say that. We don't know. I mean,
the secret's out now.
I'm saying, get yourself a coffee mug, get yourself some of that American lager, and sippity sip.
Yeah.
You could be just like Zach.
I try to put that 50 West logo up, man. That thing just blends into the background too much.
It does
when
kind
I
of
do
blend
that.
into the background.
Yeah. I was like, well, because when you got 4 people on here, can't really.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Well, plus you got a lot of shit on your wall behind you, so it kind of goes in there like that.
Yeah. But they obviously been the ones who provide us with the beer at the last tailgate, and we get re-upping and have some more of that. So we will have quite a variety of 50 West beer for the Bengals and Bears, the Bengals and Bills game coming up. I haven't even been drinking, guys. That's just a Monday. I can't do it.
But yeah, no. Like I said, when we reached out, we were just more than honored that they were willing to sponsor this. Like I said, I'm just speechless still. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Greg, you need to tell him when he gets that 50 the fry sauce bottle, we'll bring it down there and we'll have Jimmy grill up some burgers and throw it on there.
No, we should. I'm telling you, Pork Chop, man, I don't know what the heck they put in that. I have no idea. But I'm telling you, man, it's better than ketchup. Like when there was a thing on Twitter saying ketchup's not available, what do you put on fries? Easy.
You're fucking lucky Dale's in Portsmouth, or you'd get knocked the fuck out right now. Don't mess with ketchup.
Ketchup's undefeated, man.
No, I still love ketchup. Don't get me wrong.
I got to take a call. Hold on.
All right.
What's
He's got to take a call, he said.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you disappear on us tailgating, we're going to know what happens. You know, Bobby's over there grilling burgers in Lot B somewhere, and he might have some of that fry sauce too around.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, so I'll put it this way, Dale. Have you ever seen the movie Good Burger?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I've watched the movie, but I've seen the clips.
Well, you know how
at some point.
Well, you know how the guy Kel Mitchell's character Ed had that secret sauce, and they try to steal the sauce to get to see what's in it and all that and stuff. That's how I look at their fry sauce, man. It's just that's how good it is, man. If
it's that good, somebody's gonna steal it. You would. I would love to have that recipe.
Oh, dude, I would love to have that recipe, 100%, man. That fry sauce is just to die for, man. Like, so they do serve the burgers at the Reds games too, Great American Ballpark. Like, I was pissed off when they got rid of Frisch's, but when I found out they replaced it with 50 West Burgers, I'm like, holy shit, this is even better and all that. And dude, man, I would get that burger. I would ask for extra fry sauce. I would drink it if I had extra. That's how good it is.
So I bet Fred's in Willersburg, man. That used to be the go-to, and now there's one in Portsmouth. It's all right. I like Fred's. If you get a deep dish pizza from Fred's in Portsmouth, it actually tastes like old Pizza Hut pizza. You know how when you
Dale. Dale, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I see that.
You're good now.
It's Pork Chop's fault.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chap.
He went away. And I was trying to talk about pizza. But anyways, their deep dish pizza at Fred's, it tastes like the old Pizza Hut that used to actually be really good, in my opinion, like back in the day. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Like Pizza Hut, man. They used to have really good deep dish pizza.
Pizza Hut, yeah. No, when I used to, so Dale, you grew up on Pizza Hut like I did. When we were going over to Pizza Hut, that was the place to go to after a baseball game or whatever, like family event. Dude, I remember the pictures of Dr. Pepper I would just chug down, man. Oh my God, dude. Pizza Hut was my gold mine place as a child. Man, I loved it there so much.
And they're making another good burger. I didn't see that.
They're making another everything now these days. Nobody can come with everything new. They're coming back with everything. So, but no, it'd be interesting to see.
I mean, I just had to post a comment up because Rick the Rock, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Oh, that's right. Where the hell's he been? Hey, finally.
Oh, there he is.
That finally.
Rick the Rock has come back
to Bengals and
Bengals and Brews.
Yeah. But, yeah. And if we're going to get started on the officiating, I mean, I guess that we got another 10 or 15 minutes. Enough time to bitch about how the NFL does at times. Although Optimistic Bobby said he don't like to talk about it, but his 11-year-old kid knows.
Right.
He knows. He complains because he's right.
Kids know shit, man.
Sports gambling, it makes you question things when these gambling sites are hand in hand with the NFL. And some of these calls that we've witnessed firsthand as Bengals fans these last couple of years, then they start happening league-wide, and everybody else starts seeing what we've been seeing.
Boom.
These refs suck. They determine the outcomes of games multiple times. They call some of the most ludicrous stuff I've ever seen.
Dale, can we not fucking put a microchip in that football, please?
Something.
I mean, take that part out of the ref's hands. That's such an easy goddamn fix is to put a microchip in the fucking football to track it.
So like when it crosses the goal line, but you still have to know.
Anytime they could have sensors throughout the entire field.
But you still have to know when a guy's knee's down or something.
No, all right, guys, answer me this.
That would be
how is that illegal? Like, when Indianapolis covered the fumble, I didn't even know there was a flag on the field and all that. I'm like, okay, they're just reviewing the fumble. His hand didn't go forward. How was that a penalty when the receiver pushed off of the Colts player?
That's what I thought. I'm like, to me, yes, the Colts player, like, man, he got out of position and he wanted to grab him, but he didn't get a chance to because Amari Cooper pushed him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, and plus, they never showed the two angles side by side. When did that fumble happen? When did he lose that ball? Because my guess is it happened before that, but they threw a penalty and they didn't know how to check when that happened versus when this happened, and they just made the call and let it stand even though it sucked. Because if that ball was already knocked loose, it doesn't matter if there was a pass interference or not at that point.
I didn't even see the flag on the field. There was no flag or anything. And all of a sudden they're saying, I'm like, what?
And then the other one was about 10 yards out of bounds.
Oh, my God.
How can that be catchable?
And they were even discussing it. I'm like, he touched it. I'm like, you've got it. No, I was about to – I literally called my brother-in-law saying thank you so much. And then I just said, I flat out texted him, you guys got fucked.
Yeah. And then I was watching the Chargers and Chiefs, and good Lord, what are we doing here? Like, Taylor Swift, good music. Man, my kids, they love Taylor Swift.
I like Taylor
Swift. She's, whatever. Right. It's not personal.
No.
I don't need to see her 24/7, especially up there celebrating with fucking
oh my God,
bitch Mahomes and which is his
brother
and his wife. No, bitch Mahomes is the brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. And he's got like a case against him, but by God, NFL, that's what you want to be shown on TV is him up there celebrating with Taylor Swift. Like, what the fuck? There's video of him like sexually harassing a woman in her own restaurant or something. Like,
I didn't get
this guy's got charges on him, and that's what you're promoting.
Man,
but you know what? You're selling a bunch of those pink hats, aren't you? And you really support women and you support all this stuff. But then you go and you show somebody like that, and you feature we seen Deshaun Watson more on camera yesterday when he wasn't playing than when he was on the field. Yeah,
when he was doing this, I'm like, why are they showing him? I'm like, dude, he's not doing anything.
The NFL sure loves to feature sexual predators and feature bad officiating. And it just sucks. Like it takes the fun out of this game that we all love watching so much that it's like, man, I sat down on my Sunday and I look, even with no Bengals game, look forward to watching some football.
Right.
And just, hey, I love football. It's great. And then they go and they just make these calls that determine a game that you sat down and watched for 3.5 hours. they make calls at the end of this game, and they become the game. It's not about what happened, all the plays that were made, a great game that was played between two teams. They're the ones that determine the outcome of the game, and it's all about them. And why don't the NFL stop this? You're a $1 billion industry. Like, you can find better. You can't have this going on. You suspend these guys. You find better. There's got to be better officiating.
Yes.
There's better high school officiating.
Easily.
I mean, it pathetic. And it seems like it gets worse and worse every year. And the NFL says they're doing great.
Well, you know what? And someone pointed out on Twitter, the spread of the game may have played a role in this also. I don't want to make any accusations, but you just kind of, I don't know.
I mean, it makes you question things, right? Because, man, to me, it's hard to say, okay, it's completely rigged. But at the same point in time, they make so many calls that change the outcome of the game or that change the point spread of a game. When they really need to do it, they do it. And it just sucks because it runs good. It run a Super Bowl. We should be Super Bowl champions.
Boom. Exactly.
They didn't call pass interference on either team hardly at all, even though there was pass interference.
For 58 minutes.
Both ways there was pass interference. Then when there's no pass interference call, boom, we're going to call one because we're in the Rams stadium and we want the Rams to win this Super Bowl in their home stadium.
And to point out what Dustin said right here, look, I know it's flag football, but would you guys want Jamar Chase out there playing flag football? I'd be saying hell no. I mean, why are we risking more injuries here? Why?
Yeah, and just the travel of doing that and the play, and the preparation for it. Yeah, I'm good with our players not doing it.
No, if they dropped out, that's a win for me. Ever since Tyler Eifert got hurt in that Pro Bowl one time, and he was never really himself after, I say, unless you're playing an NFL game for the Bengals, I don't want you any part of the Pro Bowl, flag football, nothing.
Yeah.
Full-time referees that can be held accountable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would change it, though, man. The NFL, they could change it if they want to change it. They don't seem like there's any kind of initiative to hurry up and change it and get the officiating better.
They just extended Goodell another, however many years,
3 years.
Just keeps cashing checks. And
right.
I mean, the money keeps flowing in. They don't care. These sports betting sites, that's what's crazy. It was like they didn't want to be associated with gambling, and then it's like that's their biggest sponsors now. And
exactly, you see Bedford all over
the last few years.
You see Bedford all over Baker. Yeah, like I said, it's ridiculous now how gambling's heavily involved. It is ridiculous.
I mean, if you want to gamble, cool, but should it really be featured by the NFL? I don't know. It just seems like
especially with all the kids, right?
With all the billions of dollars that it's changing hands.
The NFL brought to you by gambling, cigarettes, and beer.
Yeah.
I don't get that. No, Dale, I agree with you. I don't get that one, bro.
I don't know. It was funny, though, when and I love Bengals bourbon, and Matt, if you're listening, but when he's like, yeah, my 11-year-old, he always thinks the game's rigged. I was about to be like, yeah, we got an 11-year-old, too. His name's Bengals and Bourbon.
Yeah.
That man, we get him on here, he'd really get going about the refs.
Oh,
you think I get fired up about it? Matt gets me fired up about it. Matt gets so mad, then I got to get mad about it.
It needs to be like a live show during a game with Matt on here.
I couldn't even. Yeah. Oh gosh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Reactions.
Oh my God, his reactions. I don't think. Oh boy.
He's a passionate fan. That's what.
He's very passionate.
He's very passionate.
Yeah. I know when Matt would be like, it was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about and all that. But when something doesn't go right, yeah, that's fine. Everybody has a way of reacting and all that and stuff. I try to, but yeah.
That's it, boys. We're fucked. Yeah, 2 plays later, we're going to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm talking about. We're back, baby. 5 plays later, we're fucked again.
Yeah. So my boss Rob, his dad worked at Hudipole and all. Hudipole, Tribe, you might remember Hudipole was with both Bengals and the Reds, correct?
Chop? I don't know.
You're supposed to know this, Chop. Okay.
Greg, back in those days, man, I was getting high as shit. I don't remember nothing.
Never mind. But no, you're right. Yes, I don't get it, man.
Hey, Chops, when my shirt's getting here?
I mailed it today. Oh, the 2 that you ordered are on their. They're in processing, but I mailed you your sponsorship shirt today.
Oh, I kind of forgot all about that one, to be honest.
Yep.
Order me a couple shirts. You still got that deal going on?
Oh yeah, that's right. If you go to my Shopify store, which you can connect. Hold on, I got the fucking banner here somewhere.
Chop shop.
I put it in there somewhere, didn't I?
Well, I don't know. I delete stuff. Take stuff.
Oh,
in
you
and
might
out
have
all the
deleted it.
time.
But anyway, if you go to my Shopify store, you can go to my Twitter thing, porkchop1972, and there's a
here's
link.
the link for this.
There you go. So if you go to the Shopify store right now, and you put code at the end, you put a code, show your stripes, all one word, show your stripes.
It actually put it in automatically for me.
Did it really?
Once I had 2 shirts in, it automatically, the code show your stripes came up and it took the discount automatically in.
Yeah. So
without
first
even
of
having
all,
to type it.
the shirts are only $20. It's not like I'm trying to make a shit ton of money. I have a passion putting fucking with shit on Photoshop, and I share it on shirts. So they're already $20. That's nothing.
I got 2 shirts with shipping for under $35.
Wow.
You can't buy one shirt a lot of times for under $35.
I was gonna say one shirt in general would cost you like with shipping. Oh, that's easily over $35.
And there's a shit ton of them, man. I have to stop myself from every day making a new shirt and and the main reason is because I buy all my own shirts.
It's true.
So as soon as I make
like
one,
the
I'm
one
like,
he's got on now. He's got on the Jermaine. Look at that. You guys don't. You want this Jermaine? The blood drops. We know how Jermaine likes them blood drops.
And if
blood drops, baby.
Angle sleeves. And
there's jackets on there. There's like zip up jackets for like $30. You guys, zip up jackets are like $70, $80 anywhere. I mean,
and by the way, Chop has me and Chop are. I'm collaborating with Chop on a little Christmas movie shirt.
Look, I got a hoodie.
That is sweet, Chop. That's sweet.
That's a hoodie right there. I mean, that's probably what $30, $25 on the shop.
$25, man. That's all I'm saying. $25 fucking dollars. It's a good hoodie.
That is a sweet hoodie, Chop.
And then if we have Chop put on some Bengals and Brews merchandise coming up,
Jeff got with me last night, and I made a strawberry. I made a sports with strawberry ice shirt. He wanted me to put it on there, so that's on there. But it came in after I made that special, so I don't know if it automatically.
You're gonna have to pay people to buy one of those.
What's that?
You're gonna have to pay people to buy one of those.
I know, and believe me, I looked for leg warmers, but none of my.
Did Jeff order one even?
Not yet.
Damn it, Jeff! Order one of your own shirt, you fucking
Jeff
bastard.
And I made a hoodie for him. Like
I was explaining. I could be collaborating on a Christmas movie shirt coming up soon, and all my favorite Christmas movie, not Die Hard. Saying.
What? Oh, yeah. It's coming. Admittedly, let me just admit this to the people that I've already made orders, is that I'm new at this. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so I'm learning as I go. And I figured out that, I was getting paid for the orders, and I'm waiting for them to take the money out of my account because of what I owe them, and they didn't. And then I found out that I have to physically push a button and pay it myself out of my account. So I did that. And all the orders are being processed. So they all run a little late. And I'd send everybody a message.
So it's like a 2-step thing. You thought it was a 1-step thing. It's a 2-step thing. Yeah. It apologizes, but everything should be back now.
But it's on the way. All the orders are processed and getting filled, and they're coming out. But that special, man, like you said, 2 shirts, $30.
Yeah. Well, and we use Shopify. Our shop will still be out till January with Joe, but then we're not going to renew that. That's something Joe that was doing. But anyways, so we've done Shopify, and stuff comes pretty quick. So now the fact that Chop actually, hit the second button, did what he was supposed to do.
That's right. I know now.
He did what he's supposed to do.
When I get the alert now that says I have an order,
to get your order. So
I go to the site, I pay for the order right away so that it can start processing and get out. So I've learned my lesson from here out. When you buy, your order be processed within 24 hours.
Well, we better start to get off here because Greg just is eating nonstop now because he's getting hungry because he's got to get all prepared for the show with the Iceman at 5:30.
No, I'm fine.
This is what he does on Mondays. This is what he does. He gets all antsy.
Well, according to you, Dale, don't think I didn't watch that one time after I got off. You told me to go, and you said to me, you were like, what a whore.
You are a whore.
You called me
I want to be a whore.
That's what you call me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Chop's like, I wish I was.
Yeah. And Chop, hey, I appreciate you, Matt. Matt made some orders, so that's awesome. So did Tyler.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad you're still here with us. You scared us, and
Oh my God! Stop!
So I don't have to drive to Cincinnati Saturday.
I'm going to tell you, man. Look. I don't want to get emotional, but I thought I was going to die on Saturday.
Oh, you had me emotional. I was sad. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I just in my feelings.
And then they did, and it was the strangest thing. They discharged me, man. I thought I was going to be in the hospital for a couple days at least to be monitored, and they let me go. But the phone call that I got that I had to get off here was my doctor calling.
That's what I was going to say. Do you have
any other call, man? I would have put them off for y'all. But
what did the doctor say?
They're just scheduling me an appointment to do some more testing because I got no answers.
And that's the scariest thing. Like, I'm a nurse, making me mad. Everything
that we're taught in nursing school, like the classic symptoms of a heart attack, I had it. Severe crushing pain in my chest, sweaty, nauseous, pain radiating to my back. I thought I was going to go. That's why they need to hurry up and win that goddamn Lombardi, man. Don't fucking let me die.
Hey, I need you here too much, so you can't go anywhere.
We need you, Chop.
No, so, who am I going to talk to?
Right.
Greg?
My ghost.
You going to leave me here with Greg?
You're my ghost. I'm not leaving the show. If I leave the plan, I'm not leaving the show. I'm going to be on here.
Yeah, but Chop, man, like I said, we're all happy. We all love you, buddy. We're happy. We're happy you're good to go, bud.
I'm happy about it too, Greg. I do not want to die.
Well, so Dale, for those who don't know, when me and Santori went to visit him, I had to tell Santori, just so you know, we have to ask for Chris Merton, not Pork Chop. He's like, oh yeah, I
gave out my identity, Greg.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm here to see. Yeah, Pork Chop does a better job having a secret identity than Orange Arrow.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, that like just walk in. Where's Pork Chop? They're like, what are you talking about?
Hey,
we stopped serving lunch 2 hours ago.
Well, first of all, when Santori gave his name, he said him and another person are coming. He's like, oh, it's probably his wife. And I'm like, he's like, oh, really? It is his wife. Referring to me.
She come in the room with Greg and Santori, and I said, oh, look, it is his wife. But that was really cool. You guys come down there and visit me.
Dude, we love you, Chop. We had a good. We were just happy to see you, bud. You were all in good spirits, man. We were just happy to come. We were just happy to come see it, bud. So Rob here wants something he wants to say to you.
Oh yeah, Rob's happy I'm alive, but he's waiting for my season ticket if I didn't make it.
So he's trying to get your seat.
Yeah, he's trying to get my seat. If I
on the waiting list.
Also, he informed me that it'd be nice if I'd pay for it first. I finish the payments.
Damn, Rob.
Rob,
there's a good chance that I don't renew mine, and it's not because I don't love this team, but they've just gone up so much. I'm probably not going to have the extra money this year.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
My tickets went from like $1,600 to $2,400 in the past few years. Like, that's just when you have a good team. I'm not even complaining about it. That's inflation in general, and you've got a good team. That's life, but also at work, my insurance went up. It basically doubled per month. It's outrageous. So just everything.
You don't need groceries, man. Come to the games.
Yeah.
What do you need electric for? They got electric at fucking Paycor Stadium.
Yeah. Forget all that.
Yeah.
You can live there it's just how it is. But even if, I don't get my tickets for next year, I still hoping to maybe come down tailgate a couple games, even if I'm not going to those games. It is always fun. Come down tailgate and then, can just go head up somewhere and eat and watch the game. I mean, Cincinnati's got a lot of good places to eat now. Maybe I'll have some time to try them out if I do that.
Right.
So I try to look at the positive of it.
You could go up to 50 West and watch it.
You could go to Midwest Barbecue and watch it too.
Midwest Barbecue doesn't sponsor our show, Greg. Save that for you.
Would you stop it? We're all family. We're all family here.
We're 50 West here.
I know, but on this one though, Greg,
we are.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
You can go to Midwest and pick up some mac and cheese and go to 50 West and eat it while you're drinking.
Plus, now you've got Jeff basically getting free promotion.
Yeah. And you know what?
He was there again.
Yeah, I know. And Jeff, West Side are coming to the East Side. That's what I want to see and all that. So, but no, 50 West beer is served at Midwest, so we can talk about it. We're good. Yeah.
Everybody loves you, buddy.
We love you, John.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, look, that really helped me. My spirits, it helped me a lot looking at Twitter that night. Seeing everybody that didn't even know it was me. Santori just put something up there like thinking about Bengal family, and everybody was inquiring about it and doing their prayers and thoughts and stuff. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Foxy, he's going to have less money for them chains. No wonder this motherfucker needs us to buy his tickets all the time, right?
He's got 72 chains he wears.
Right. Okay, Dale, if I get my tickets this year, I'm getting your I'm getting 2 tickets. You're welcome anytime you want to come. There you go.
There we go.
It's a little payback for all them games you bought for Foxy.
Right.
Don't eat, just come to the game, Dale.
I'm going to eat your butt.
Yeah. There you go.
How about that?
And that he ain't talking
No,
about.
eat some, no. I'll get you. Speaking of butt, I'll get you some ass from Raiders. I'll just give you to eat from my freezer.
You come over to Greg's house and eat some ass. How's that sound?
Yeah, I just got some Halloween ass.
We'll double team that ass.
Yeah,
that's right. We'll go over there and eat some of Greg's ass.
Don't tempt me with a good time, Gregory.
Yeah, right.
Nah, man, I'm excited, boys, for have football this weekend again.
Hell yes.
Now we gotta wait. That's the frustrating part, right? We don't have a 1:00 game. It's like 4:00 game, since it's out in San Francisco, which Foxy will be at. Foxy's gonna be having a good time. Probably give him a blowjob under the Golden State Bridge.
Hey,
Golden Gate Bridge, Golden State Bridge. It's Golden
That's
Gate
either
Bridge.
one. It's that big long fucker.
Yeah, that big son of a bitch.
That big fucking bridge. Oh shit, man. We got a super chat off.
Yeah. Just to say he loves us.
Yeah. I'm buying a supercharger to support my boys and just to say I love y'all. Don't hesitate to ask if y'all ever need anything. I appreciate that, Tyler. Thank you, buddy.
Dude, you're the man. Thank you so much, Tyler.
I figured it was super chat, but I like supercharger better.
Yeah, let's call it
right. And plus, you put it on your card. Probably they don't take cash.
Oh no, I'm mad at the Chargers. They lost. Chargers lost to the Chiefs. I was hoping they win. Just because I just don't like the Chiefs. I'm sorry.
Oh, because fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And fuck Brittany. And fuck Jackson. Yes. And man, fuck Taylor Swift now too.
No. I like Taylor Swift. So,
she went to the dark side, Greg.
It's not
all right, Travis Kelce. You guys are going to hate me, but I'm about to buy a Travis Kelce UC jersey.
We're going to see Greg.
He's a Bearcat, Dale.
Greg, we're going to see. Have you went to the theater yet for the Taylor Swift? It's out. You didn't know that?
I know it's out, but I know people are acting crazy in there.
Yeah, you go in there and be dancing. We'll see Greg.
That's right. You can take your shirt off.
No, I like Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift. And Travis, like I said, Kelsey's a Bearcat. Come on.
Hey, what you want to do with Travis Swift?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Travis Swift, you do.
Great, go ahead.
Own time.
Get you a Kelce jersey.
Hey, my Bearcats lost over this weekend. At least your Buckeyes won.
Well, that wasn't a very pretty game.
Oh, would you stop it?
No, I'll take the win. And the defense is legit for Ohio State.
Yeah.
But Kyle McCord is just not that. He's not that good. And Ryan Day, I don't think helps with his play calling. He's been sus this year. But I will say, Marvin Harrison, somebody's going to get a great receiver in that kid.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
He's a stud.
Yes, he is.
Bunch of studs.
He's my number 2.
Behind, what's his name?
Neighbors. Malik Neighbors.
Now,
who had 2 touchdown passes, at least 2. Because
I'm not even, and he's a first-round talent, too.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, putting anybody over Marvin Harrison.
Just fucking. Hey, look, man, I'm just fucking with you. But Malik Neighbors is fucking elite.
No. He's good. I got him as my number.
Stop it, Chop. Stop it.
What?
Neighbors over Harrison?
Yeah.
See, even Greg says blasphemy.
Stop it.
Maybe if Harrison had a good quarterback, like Jalen Daniels passing to him, he would step it up.
You and Kieran need to get off this LSU stuff. Just stop it.
Get off LSU, the number 1 fucking team in the SEC South.
No, I like LSU, man, but you're being unrealistic here, buddy. I'm sorry. You guys got embarrassed.
We're not the number 1 team.
Yeah, the fuck we are.
In your heart. In your heart.
We got the best two receivers in the SEC. And the best quarterback in the SEC. Is that wrong, Dale?
Yeah, I couldn't ever get no DJ Turner Michigan jersey. Yeah, why would I do that?
Yeah.
I get a DJ Turner
Dale,
Bengals
listen,
jersey.
though, honestly, if I say that we have the best quarterback in the SEC and also the best 2 wide receiver combo in the SEC and LSU, you would argue that?
What?
best quarterback in the SEC, also the best wide receiver combination between Thomas and Neighbors.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you add in your quarterback and the 2 receivers, I would take that, like maybe that trio over Ohio State just because it's the quarterback.
If LSU's defense was playing at the same level as their offense right now, who would win the national championship this year? Be honest.
Oh my God, LSU's not even in the conversation though.
If their fucking defense played as good as their offense is playing right now, they wouldn't only be in the conversation; they would be the conversation.
If the Bengals wouldn't have lost 3 games, they'd be undefeated. But they did. So
yeah, Chop, man. Look, I support the SEC, and I want LSU to do good, but I'm sorry, Chop, you're not giving me much to work with here, buddy.
How do I not give you much to work with, Greg?
Brian Kelly is going to screw you guys like he did with UC and like he did with Notre Dame, where another offer. Don't say I didn't warn you, man. He's got
going to screw us to go where?
Hold up, guys. Here's some must be some breaking news here.
Yeah, I saw that.
With information here, the Eagles are trading for safety Kevin Byard. Is he still with the Titans? Where's he been? I know he was a long-time Titan.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's with the Titans.
Was he still?
Bengals aren't going to do anything.
Yeah, but
I mean, I wish they'd bring in a tight end, but it doesn't sound like they're going to.
No, they're not going to do anything.
It doesn't even sound like they're going to promote Tanner Hudson like they should.
No,
they're just going to roll with Irv Smith. And I seen Irv Smith out there juggling footballs, and I'm thinking, I know AJ did that, and it's good hand-eye coordination, this, that, and the other. But I'm thinking, how about you practice running routes and catching the actual fucking football from the quarterback a little more than spending 20 minutes juggling?
Here's your boys right here. OHIO.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not an anti-Buckeye guy. I'm just like, listen, I started watching college football a couple years ago, and I started watching LSU because of Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. And then when I turned it on, they got this fucking kid down there, Harold Perkins Jr., who was a beast last year, but this year, them dumb fuckers are playing him off the ball. So
Perk 40. Perk 40. That's a T-shirt.
No, look, Chop.
Perk 4 this year.
Chop, I am all SEC. Any Big Ten people that said they're better than the SEC, they're living in a fantasy, okay? But it's not LSU right now, buddy. I'm sorry.
Who the fuck is it then, Greg?
It's Georgia and Alabama.
Georgia. It's Georgia. Georgia's freaking been
Dude, Dale, no offense. I'm not trying to come at the Big Ten, but I'm just tired of all the Big Ten people. They're jealous of the SEC. They just want to be the SEC, but I'm tired of Big Ten people say.
It's the overall depth of it. The Big Ten don't have enough teams. The SEC has a lot more talented teams overall.
Get UC in the Big Ten, and we'll start playing you guys.
Well, they're getting USC and Oregon and Washington, so I mean, they're bringing some more talent into the Big Ten. I'm just saying, Greg.
Let's let UC fucking dabble around in the Pac-12 before we go all the way to the Big Ten.
And
I like UC too, but
I think the top of it's interesting this year. I still probably give the edge to SEC, but the top, like Michigan, and I hate saying it, but they've been a top team, and JJ McCarthy's probably the best quarterback they've had in a long, long time.
Okay, but
he might go in the first round of the NFL draft.
What has Michigan done, though, when they made it to the playoffs? Hey, do I need to pull a Reggie Miller here?
Yeah, they've choked in the playoffs. I mean, hey, I'm not going to sit here and defend Michigan, but I'm saying they've proven that they're like a top 5 to top 10 team. I think Bama's down a little this year.
No.
That's where you could argue like the top tier, but Georgia's so elite. I mean, until somebody knocks Georgia off, and then every year that who's winning the title, it's Georgia or Bama. I mean, LSU's won some here and there, but it's been Georgia or Bama. You know what I mean? Winning the title. Buckeyes got the one. Buckeyes had a good chance to beat Georgia last year, and even that game, Marv got knocked out. I hated that. I mean that
was
changed
a brutal
that whole game.
Yeah,
because the Buckeyes had the lead, and that could have been the final nail. And they said incomplete pass. Plus, he got knocked out of the game. Like that was a tough one. They didn't call the penalty or something. I don't know. It was some bullshit. But either way, they lost, and Georgia went on to win the national title. So the SEC continues to reign supreme when it comes to championships. I just think LSU has been sucking on the tit of Alabama and Georgia winning the titles.
And Saban's leaving this year?
Since Joe left.
I did not hear about that.
I don't know.
I'm not going to lie, man. Okay. I mean, I'm an LSU fan.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, bitch. Bye, Felicia.
And just like Belichick's probably got to be considered the greatest NFL coach of all time, just based on championships and things like that. We'd have to say so would Nick Saban, right, for college?
Oh yeah, he's a fucking beast.
I mean, people always talk about Bear Bryant, but I don't know how many he won back in the day. I know he was also an Alabama guy.
No, I think he did pass Bear Bryant in championships. I'd have to go back and look. But don't forget, Saban won a championship when Whitworth was at LSU also.
Yeah.
Look, Jeff wants a link so he can come on here and talk Pac-12. We're talking real man college football, Jeff.
Yeah.
Big 10, SEC.
You mean Big 12?
Big 12, Pac-12, 12 Pac, whatever the fuck, man.
No, Ohio State for years has
We're
been
talking
standard.
big boy college football, SEC
Right.
and Big 10.
Ohio State for years has been afraid to play UC because they don't want to they just play UC at the right time when UC's going down. They don't want to play UC when they're at their best because they're scared UC's going to kick them off.
Greg, those games are all scheduled like 5 years in
I know,
advance.
because they plan it in advance.
They know when UC's going to be good 5 years in advance.
Yeah.
Damn, I need to fucking find out who's setting that schedule then. I need some lotto numbers.
Exactly.
But, Wednesday, I believe we'll be back Wednesday as far as I know. Probably
I'll be
Wednesday,
here.
Friday. Wednesday, we will dive more into the matchup with the 49ers. Friday, we'll probably do our over-unders and all that fun stuff and let Derek be a degenerate. If he ever charges the damn AirPod thing, he'd be on here
That's right.
every now and again.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just making excuses, honestly. And, Jeff, I'd send you a link, but, man, we're an hour and 16 in, and we're about to end this one because Greg will have to eat him something before he hops on your show. I believe you're going to have Chop on as well.
That's true.
Hey,
I think I seen that he said Corey Dillon was not going to make it today. It was his birthday weekend after all.
It's his birthday tomorrow. It's Corey Dillon's birthday tomorrow. So
yeah,
anybody that could go to
But
Instagram
he
and
went
tell
to
him
New
happy
Orleans
birthday.
or something. Yeah, I seen that on Instagram.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, I think something happened, whatever. Jeff, I'm sure we'll talk about more on the show. And then I don't know if Cap will still be on. But you'll have these two beautiful guys joining Jeff Trentapool. So for Sports with Strawberry Ice at 5:30, that's the reason to tune in right there.
and catch us on Rally Around the Natty at 7 p.m. tonight also.
Oh, fuck. I'm on that show too?
Well, no, us, me, Santori,
Oh.
Cincy James, and Bengal
I
Dan.
was going to say I didn't schedule that in, Greg. I thought you were just telling everybody, put me on blast like I'm going to be on there.
I'm doing a 3-way today, bud.
Oh, shit. Now the damn doctor's calling me back again.
All right. Well,
I love you guys.
y'all. Hooday. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate Bobby Slattery coming on. He was awesome. 50 West